Welcome to Lounging with Lisette. So, right now it is currently January 26, 2025. And the last time I did a video was in August, and I posted it in November. So, there's so much I need to catch you guys up on. So, yeah, right now I am going to do a face mask, but I just broke my match. Because I'm going to do a can't. Oh my gosh, are all my matches broken? I literally just broke 2 in a row. Just too strong this year, huh? So, November was when I posted it, but I recorded in August. I was trying to make this fast and easy, but then just life happened. So, my recording in August was literally talking about me waiting for my technician license to come through. It was the end of summer. And yeah, what from there? So I did have a small recap. Also some things I did, like go see that One Piece stuff. I made some friends. I'm going to therapy now. There's so much stuff. My hair's blue. But yeah, let me start putting my mask on. So I like taking care of my face, but I've been, again, so busy. I've been procrastinating on that. So I have a lot of things on my mask. I even have my mic. My microphones are dead. And I'm like, I just did this randomly. Like, you know what? One of my resolutions is to post one video every month. So once a month. So hopefully that's something I'll achieve, you know? So this year I decided to do more of like a bingo theme for my resolution, so we'll go over that later on. But what happened 2024, basically, the end recap. So later that month, I think the end of August, beginning of September, I became an official technician in the pharmacy. So if you went onto Google and you typed up pharmacy technician, CVS, and then try to find me, you would find me. So yeah, I think that's really cool. I did get a pay raise because of that. And we actually didn't get to go on strike. LA did go on strike to get that pay raise, but yeah, I'm still getting paid less than a McDonald's worker, so that's not appetizing. So, yeah, there's that. I was really hoping to get paid more than what I get paid, but it is a lot better than previously. So I was getting paid $16 an hour without the license, and now I'm just under $20. So big raise. I get it, $4. But at the same time, I'm like, McDonald's and Express, all these other people are getting paid and they didn't need to do the licensing or nothing. Anyway, sorry, I'm trying to focus on opening this mask. So this one I am doing is an easy to peel mask. So once I open it, it's for cleansing my pores. Yeah, this is something I love to do. I also have a candle here. See, it's called Float All Day. You know, gotta get that chilling vibe. Right now I'm in between posters, that's why that's down. Yeah, anyways, back to what I was talking about. I am a technician. I am working at CVS still. I am also working with the special needs woman and my kids still. So everything in that behavior is the same for Thanksgiving, Christmas. I worked New Year's. Any other real things to catch up from this year? day by day, not really. For Halloween, I dressed up as Batman, and I had a blast being Batman. Went to Hobby Lobby, got some fabric, and made myself a cape. Um, I was wearing all leather. I had the Batman mask, as I love to wear. Um, what else? Oh, my uncle Jesse came to visit as well in September, because his birthday's in September. So I got to see him and spend his 24th birthday. It's insane. He's my uncle, but he just turned 24, and in less than a month, I'll be turning 25. So yeah, that's crazy. My brother finally moved out from SoCal officially yesterday, actually. Today is, again, the 26th of 2025, January. So, yeah, so he's back at my parents' place. I don't know what his plans are, but yeah, I went to help him this last weekend, but in October he left, and then he officially moved out again this following weekend. Yeah, back to me, because this is my update, not my brother's. I got to go back home in December, so I went and saw some family, and that was amazing. For the day after Christmas, basically, because I work Christmas, I asked for like an additional day off, and they already had me off on Friday. So I was like, okay. So I made a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday trip, in the sense of I left Thursday, spent Friday with my friends, spent Saturday with my family, and then left Sunday. But oh, how I miss my friends. I love my friends. I love my family. I love my friends. That's not being biased, but that is my tribe. I love my friends so much. They're my tribe. They're my non-blood family, and I love them so much. Yeah. Sorry, I get really sad because I miss them so much. I'm going to see them though in like 2 weeks, so I'm like, I can't be that sad, but I used to see them every day, so the fact that I used to see them every day at work, and then it went to once a week, and now it's like maybe twice a year, maybe. I'm like, the last time we really had like a lot of we spent a lot of time together was right after I moved out, and they came to visit me for the first time. We had like a big old weekend bash at my place, but since then, we still hang out and everything else, but I don't think we've overnight since then. So yeah, we gotta have another blast, which again we are gonna have for my birthday. I know my face looks insane, especially since this is so close to it just looks like my face is melting or is extra glossy. But I don't care. I like having masks. Anyway, so no real big news. I have my car still. I have the same jobs. I just got a small pay raise. Now New Year's, I spent that home alone, I believe. Yeah, I didn't go out for New Year's. I was up during the countdown, and I text some people Happy New Year's, but yeah, I did not go party. I had work the next day. I'm good. If I had people to go hang out with, for sure. But since I didn't, I'm gonna stay in and be cozy in my bed. One moment, I want to make sure I don't peel off my eyebrow. There we go. I feel like I'm missing so much. That's why I'm trying to do this as much as possible. But like days turns into weeks, weeks turns to years, years turn into decades so quickly. Um, yeah, so let's just say we finished the year there, and now we're in January. So from there, oh, I started therapy. That's where I needed to go. So again, that last like video of me like ranting, talking, whatever, was recorded in August. So in September, I also went back to the valley to go to one of my cousin's birthday parties. It was her sweet 16, so I had to be there. She's like a little sister to me. And my relationship with my parents, at least in my mind, isn't the best. I think they feel that way as well, in the sense that you know how I am. And previously, it was like okay, but you know, I bump heads with them, and you know, just older daughter problems, you know? It's the oldest. So, I wasn't really talking to my parents, so I didn't plan to see them when I went in September. And yeah, I like went to rent an Airbnb and everything. Like, I know I could have stayed at their house for free, but no. So, with that being said, I didn't want to see anyone from my family. Like, I didn't plan to see anyone in my family. I just wanted to go to that party, and it was only for like the weekend. Like, I left Friday night when I got off of work, got there Saturday, the day of the party, and then the next following day, I went back home. So it was literally just a day trip. Like, one event, went there for the event, and then gone. And so at that time, my brother was like, he hasn't moved out yet because it was October when he decided to move back to the valley, but he was going back and forth. So he's like, oh, since you're going to the valley, can we carpool? Like, we'll take your car and can you go to the valley? And I wasn't gonna say no to my brother, because like, if he's gonna leave to the valley, like, why would we take two cars unless he's gonna stay there longer? But he was only gonna be there for the weekend anyway. So I'm like, all right, if you're just gonna be there for the weekend, like when I'm there, then let's carpool. And when I'm not like dragging this out or being exaggerated, but like the sense of when I got to my parents' house, because I was just dropping them off, still not planning to talk to my parents at all. I went to my neighbor's like driveway. My brother took everything else out of the car, waited for me to drive to the end of the street, then he started walking past, so that when my parents saw the notification that he got there, they wouldn't come and talk to me, because that's how much I didn't want to see my parents at the time. So during that time, I had like the party or whatever else, but when I dissociated or like decided, like when I had quiet time, basically laying in bed thinking about it, you know, whatever, daydreaming, I really was like, that's insane. Like, I literally like didn't even say hi to my parents. Like, I drove all this way, and I don't even see my parents like that, and I don't talk to my parents like that, like, and I didn't even give them the opportunity to see me, basically. I was like, that's insane. So, the party was Saturday. I didn't talk to my brother, but Saturday night, my brother texts me. He's like, hey, do you want to go to church with me in the morning? I don't go to church much here in San Diego because I used to work on Sundays early in the morning. I'm still trying to find a replacement for me in the morning, so that's with the special needs woman. Mom goes to church, so I'm watching her while mom's at church, and I'm like, it's really hard because I don't have a community here, so like I don't want to just show up to church, listen to the service, and then run to work. So I want some time so that I can like talk to people, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to rush out. I want to see if I can like stand around and like approach someone or anything else. It's really hard for me to do that, but yeah. So I just haven't gone to church in a long time. So I agreed. I'm like, let me go to my old church, like the one I used to go to when I lived in the Valley in Turlock. So with that, my brother and I had a plan, and then I got to church early because I was going to find us good seats because our church gets filled really quickly. It's a really big church, but there's a big community out there as well. And I really felt something happening. Like, I felt like I was kind of lost in the sense of I saw some of my old friends in the Valley at that church service, and I didn't want to go say hi. Like, I love them and adore them, and I know they care for me. And we don't talk much anymore because I moved so far away, and just, it just happens. But I'm like, I used to be so close to them. I used to be so close to the Lord, and I know they're still in that level, and I'm not in that same level. And all the questions they're going to ask me is going to make me feel some sort of way, if that makes sense. Like, they're going to ask about my parents. They're going to ask how I'm doing. They're going to ask how my relationship with God is. And I was ashamed with my answer, if that makes sense. Like, I didn't like the answer. So, sorry, I kind of kicked my tripod. I didn't like the answer that I was going to give them. So, in that, like, thought, my brother called me and then texted me saying that someone hit his car, like, he got into a little accident. And I'm like, I'm going to go find him. So luckily I have his location, so he didn't have to send me anything more. I got into my car and sped away. And then once we dealt with that, we go to church. But since my brother didn't have a car, he was borrowing one from my parents' house. So we had to go back to my parents' house because of what just happened. And I got to see my parents, and how did I put it? The silence of the house, even though it wasn't silent, was really loud. Like, my dad and my brother just put the game on, and then my mom was just in the kitchen, like, putting food in like Ziploc bags for my brother and stuff like that. And I was just there, like, I felt so out of place, and I'm like, why is this? Like, this doesn't make sense. Like, you're literally my parents. Like, I lived with you guys for over 20 years, and I'm like, I can't even like have a conversation with you guys. This makes no sense. This is just how I felt. I'm not saying that's how my parents felt or anything else. It's just what I felt in the moment. And I just felt like this burden, like I needed to talk to them. This is, again, September. And, yeah, so I decided to, like, ask if I can sit down with them and, like, have an actual conversation. And I went deep in it. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't like talking to you guys. Whenever I see your guys's, like, face or whatever pop up on my screen, I decline it, or I take forever to respond it, or I get irritated. Like, you can just literally be texting me good morning, I'll be like, ugh, like, why is this? Like, I don't understand. So I decided with my parents didn't decide. I told them that I wanted to start getting therapy because, well, I have to get over this. I don't know why. And we made a few little goals for myself in the sense of, like, I want to be going to church now. I want to make a community. I want to go to therapy and focus on myself and be able to go from there, you know? So, yeah, that was September. We had a really good talk, and I've been trying to, trying to have those conversations, with both my parents so that I can, yeah, just have a good conversation with them, or any kind of conversation with them, and like grow whatever I can with them, if that makes sense. Like, I want to have a relationship, not have the same one I used to, but grow so that I can get my closeness like I did when I was a child, you know? Like, I don't know when that flipped, you know, like the exact moment, but I knew from like younger me to like teenage me, polar opposites. So I'm like, how did that, like, there's a lot of things and traumas and stuff, like I can like kind of, but I can't pinpoint exactly when that flip happened, you know? I just want to go from there. So yeah, I'm right now in the process of trying to get in a better relationship with my parents. But with that, I'm going to Japan with my mom. And there's still a lot of growing to go, but I've been trying to call them at least once a week or once every 2 weeks, or as much as I can, at least one of them. And there's times where I like feel hurt and everything else, and it's just the same things I used to feel, and then suddenly there's like good moments too. So I'm like, yeah, it's just really hard trying to get what I want. So luckily with this therapy, like, you know, she's telling me how to make boundaries, how to focus on myself, try not to get validation by other people that won't give me the validation, because that's not who they are, you know, like not trying to change other people, and just being able to validate myself, and that being enough, you know? So, yeah, that's happened in September. I think around November is when my mom and I decided that we're going to Japan, and that was out of the flume, like out of nowhere. Her coworker was going to Japan, and she's like, my daughter's been always wanting to go to Japan, like ever since I was 16, because I had exchange students and stuff like that. And without a second, second pass, the coworker went, why don't you guys join? And here we are getting our passports and joining. So right now it's 5 girls. It's that coworker and the coworker's cousin, my mom, a cousin of mine, and me. My cousin is like about 30, so yeah, closer to my no, we're about equal. Yeah, they both, no, she's closer to my mom's age. But she's still young at her. I love her. Jessica, I love you. Anyways, oh, it finally loaded. Sorry, I've been waiting for a minute. My technician, see, it's on there on the website right there, the set. So yeah, if you go and put in the pharmacy, the Board of California, and you put what I'm a pharmacy technician, you put my name, it pops there. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm cleared, and it doesn't expire until 2026. So next year. And then I have to pay another fee for it. So that's fun. But hey, it's there, right? That's all that really matters. Alright, let me just take that off now since I'm not on there anymore. So, from there, I decided to start doing therapy, but that was a really hard process for myself in the sense of I didn't immediately start and I didn't immediately like start looking into it. I just knew I wanted to start therapy. Um, so once I got like the like I have to now, like I need to, like it's like there's so much wrong with me. I need to stop having mental breakdowns. I need to stop overthinking. I need to stop being so depressed. I need to stop being so anxious. I need to stop, period, and fix this. That's when I'm like, okay, kind of need to find therapy. So once I decided to do that, they went on strike. Yes. The therapist and psychologist here in SoCal, at least, from Kaiser, decided to go on strike, and I was dealt with traveling technicians, traveling therapists, and ones that weren't local. So for me, I have to do in person versus online. That's just what works for me better, like what I'm more comfortable with, if that makes sense. And so I went and saw one person. He was really cool, and then I saw him again, like back to back. He was like really funny and stuff, and he did help me for a lot of things for the 2 hours I got to see him. And then yeah, he went back to wherever or to the next spot he needed to travel. Then I had a period where I wasn't scheduled to anyone, and then suddenly I found an opening, and I got one. Her last day was the next day before she traveled somewhere else, so I was like, okay, like okay. So I knew I wasn't gonna see her again, but it's the only slot I can get. So yeah, with that one, I didn't feel like I really got any help. Like I opened up about like not having friends here in San Diego, and like how I feel when I'm at social events, and like basically I'm asking like how to fix that. And she went go to more events. I'm like, I can't go to more events. I have so many work or so many jobs, and I'm working so much. But that's not the problem. It's the problems that I'm not talking to anyone at those events. Like I can go to events and I can talk. I know to talk. I know how to be friendly. I know how to make the friends. It's the initial like, how do I pick who's going to become a friend, or the initial like, how do I approach someone without being like too much in my head or whatever my problems are. So yeah, I didn't really get anything, so I was like, dang, literally a waste. A waste. So in my head, so again, a period of no therapy for a little bit. So I've had 3 therapy sessions. None of them really helped like what my goals were. And I'm like, I don't know if I can keep doing these traveling ones. Like for me, it's hard for me to talk to strangers versus talking to people that are really close about my problems, because I feel like I would become like, they don't know me, so how I react about things, how I'm doing life, like they wouldn't understand because they don't know who I am. Like if they knew everything, if they knew how it was, if they seen the situations I was in, then they are able to assist me. That's why I like talking to like my friends or some family members about problems versus a stranger, because of the previous things where they would tell me generic things and I'm just like, but that's not gonna help me. Like you're not giving me the answers I need, like because you don't know me. So I kind of told myself, if I have another therapist that doesn't work with me, basically, like if this is another like just throw away appointments, I'm done. Like, I gotta figure out a different way or do something else. Like, I don't want to do therapy anymore. It's gonna be like this. So, thank goodness, January, I think 5th or 2nd or something, the first week of January, I got booked with my therapist that I have now. And, oh, she's amazing. She gave me homework. First day, homework. Because of, she wants to help me, you know? Like, she taught me about the different attachment styles. She taught me which style I had based off some questions and stuff, and how I responded and how I talked. And just for your guys, there's 4. There's secure, that means the one you want to be at, secure. There's anxious and avoidant attachments. And then there's disorganized. That means you have both of them. I'm disorganized. Yes, I have avoidant and I have anxious. If I'm getting avoid, I get anxious. And if someone's anxious around me, I get avoidant. Isn't that amazing? Ooh, I like this song. So I'm on my friend's playlist because I didn't know what music to play behind this. So I just went on my friend's groovy playlist and just push play. And I've been slowly adding things on there while I was waiting to record this. But yeah. So she did homework for me, and it was like talking about my inner child and exiles and managements and firefighters and what all those mean, what their definitions are. I got a little intense right now. I gotta lower it. I'm trying to talk. And yeah, so all of those and what they may look like: procrastination or criticism or being or like a critic basically, or having shame or guilt or all these things. Like, she gave me a whole like pamphlet, and then from there some questionnaires, and that's what I had to fill out. Sadly, I filled those out wrong when I had therapy again, but we went through it again, and now my homework now is to continue filling out the questions now that I understand it. But I was stressed, and I was talking to a really close friend of mine. Like, I called my dad. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know how to do my homework. But after my therapy session, I called my dad, and I'm like, I found my therapist. Like, this is amazing. Like, not that it really matters, but for me, I'm like, I was hoping to get a female out of the both. Like, I don't have a preference. I'm fine. Like, again, my first one was a male or whatever else, but my relationship with women is so much harder. So I needed, like, a woman in my life. Like, it's so much easier to talk to men for me. Like, all my closest friends are all men. Like, my best friend in high school or middle school, like, guy, and then my friend group is 4. Like, all I like girl wise is like my roommate, my old roommate, and then like my 2 cousins, my older and younger ones that also need therapy. And then like some like tias of mine. That's basically it. Like, I don't really have a girl, like, women, like, community, like, that I'm really like strong with, you know, that I have like a friendship or any kind of real relationship. And I kind of want that to change, so I'm really happy I got a female one. Not that I don't have a relationship with my mom, it's just not where I want it to be, or it's just really complicated, if that makes sense. You know, it's really complicated with my grandparents or my grandmas. It's really complicated with a lot of my aunts. It's really complicated with some of my cousins. Like, yeah. And then again, with friends, even it's complicated with some friends too. So I'm like, I got one friend that's a female. And then I have 5 male friends. Like, obviously I have acquaintances or people from high school, like I'll occasionally text or whatever, like people I talk to regularly is like 6 max. Like, so yeah, so she's a woman, so I really like that. She is also Christian. She went to a school that my dad wanted me to go to also, and I was considering it because it's here in SoCal as well, Azula. So yeah, all of that, and then she really wanted to help me, like day one, like first hour, like 1 hour in, she's like, let's. I cried most of the session, but yeah. And like how she talked was just so like profound, like it literally stuck to me. But yeah, she even recommended a church for me, so that was nice. I did have again a second one recently that was on Thursday, so what, like 4 days ago? Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, about 3 days ago. I don't know how many days ago it was, but yeah, I really like her, and I hope to grow and continue with therapy now. So that's amazing. Sorry, I'm just blanking. My Japan trip. Right now we're finalizing things. Right before recording this, I was actually on a 3-way call with my cousin and my mom, trying to figure out what things we need to do and how to get to the airport and everything in between. So, yeah. Sorry, I just got a text and now it went into my AirPod. I don't need my AirPod there. I'm using my AirPod as my microphone and my other phone as my DJ. So yeah, I have a traveling cell phone, so hopefully this one will help me with all my things I need for Japan. So I'm gonna be in Japan for 13 days, so just under. I leave on a Tuesday and I come back on a Monday, so just under 2 weeks in Japan, literally just by a day. So 13 days in Japan, so it's gonna be amazing. But yeah, we already have our Airbnbs. We already got all our flights. Right now we're looking at rental cars. So my mom and my cousin are flying from Sacramento to San Diego. And then how are we going to get to LA? Because our flight is from LAX all the way to Japan, Tokyo. So we're just trying to figure out. Sadly, I'm not 25 just yet, so I can't rent a car under my name just yet. But once my birthday happens, I'll be 25, and I'll finally could rent a car, right? Like, been driving for what, 85. How long I've been out of high school? It's like 7 years now. Dang, I feel old. Yeah, this is gonna be my 7th year in May. 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be almost 7. 2018, it's been 7 years. Oh my god. Am I gonna have a reunion soon? Oh my goodness. Sorry, I just hit the I'm so old phase. But yeah, before Tokyo, that's back in March. In February, I will be 25. I will be a quarter of a life if I lived to be 100. So, my quarter life crisis is kicking in. Blue hair, no. Blue hair, wanting to change jobs and wanting to move away, no. So, I took the week of my birthday off, so I have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off with my job at CVS and the kids. Then I just asked for the weekend off because I was planning to go to Big Bear by myself throughout the week, but I invited my friends, and they're like, you're not going by yourself. Kind of me convincing them more, but I'm gonna act like they wanted to come. And so now we're going to the weekend. So it's gonna be a Friday, Saturday, Sunday event at Big Bear. And we're just gonna go snow tubing, do the village, hit some restaurants, and honestly, I'm just there to vibe with them. I love them so much. I just want to see them. That's literally it. They're driving this far. Like, I just want to be somewhere with them. That's literally all it is. Like, I want to do tubing, but we're only doing that for like an hour and a half. So from the day and a half or 2 days, I'm gonna see them depending on what time they get here or whatever. I just want to see them. That's literally it. Like, I want to spend time with them and talk to them and smile with them and do jokes, whatever. But yeah, so now throughout the week, I got to figure out what to do. And I was gonna figure out what I was gonna do on my birthday because it's throughout the week. And I was called to court, and my status is to be summoned. You know how insane that is? It's on my actual birthday, and I have to be there at 7 in the morning. 7:45 in the morning. And I've been summoned. Like, I can't call to change. I can't change it on the app, or not the app, the website or anything. But on my actual birthday, I am summoned to go to jury duty. Jury duty. At 7 in the morning. Sorry. I forgot I had some, like, glue on my finger. That was gross. But yeah, on my actual birthday, I have to be there at 7 in the morning. 7 in the morning. So very sad. So, what my plans are is to sit there, I guess. But yeah, I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do. Might hang out with some people here in the my face looks disgusting. Sorry about that. I might hang out with some people out here. Depends on what my mood is, I don't want to plan anything, and who hangs out on a random weekday? Like, it's not even a Friday. This reminded me. So one of the times in high school, my birthday was on a Tuesday. So it was like, club going on a Tuesday. But yeah, not Tuesday, but throughout the week. So that cuts it down to for so many days. But yeah, so I'm gonna go to Big Bear. We're gonna go tubing, which sounds amazing, in the snow. I can't remember the last. I think 2019, right after my New York trip. So yeah, it snowed in New York. We had a snowball fight. That was my first time going out to the snow besides being a kid. So of me remembering ever going to the snow was in New York. Snowfall in New York was the first time I experienced snow, as a, present being. All knowing. Just kidding. I wish I was. No, I wish I wasn't. No, I'm fine. I'm happy I'm not all knowing. Whoa. Oh, 11:30. I was like, oh, getting sleepy. But yeah, I'm excited. Right now I'm looking at Airbnb, so I'm gonna book one in the next day or two. And see how the weather is for February, so that I have to see if I get chains or not. Because I'm like, if it's fresh snow, then obviously I'll have to get chains because the roads haven't been paved. But I think I'm pretty good at Big Bear, at least. I know a lot of people go to Big Bear, so yeah. Hit them slopes for my birthday. Turn 25 with the people I love. See, I love them so much. They're my watch. See, look at me and the boys. The boys. That was at an escape room. That was at my parents' backyard. That was at someone's garage. This was for Christmas because we weren't together. We all took a picture and it's a collage. That was us at a planetarium. Like, that's us getting wine at local Targets. Like, I know, so funny. That's at the escape room I work at. That's when I got my job. Well, technically, I didn't get my job there, but I got my job. Like, I didn't have the job there yet. They they told me I should apply at that time. But yeah, I think that's all my updates. I'm gonna peel this off and I won't let you see that, you know, because it's gonna be not a sight you would like to see. Well, thank you for hanging out with me. My candle is still burning bright. And I am done with the playlist. This is me replaying the playlist now. So, thanks for lounging with me. Bye!